Hello and welcome to a new video. So with my game Jellyland, I've worked on it for a while now. But the game, no matter how many updates I've given it, is always missing something up. And now I realize the problem with the game is that it has absolutely no sounds, no music, nothing whatsoever to interest your ear. It's like even in these YouTube videos, I had some minor background music, and I never work on the game with no music at all. So in today's video, I will create music and sounds for the game so that it actually sounds interesting. So for creating music for my game, since I don't want to spend any money on any music making software, and because I'm not very good at making music, because I've never done it before, I decided to just use BandLab, which is free. So I'm able to use it, and with it I created 3 tracks for the game. The first track I made is a track for the base grass area that is usually seen in all the videos. The second track that I made for the game is a track for the deep underground area. That's all dim and dark compared to the grassy area. And the final track that I made for the game is a track for when you have the giant robot active. So in the game, with the very first level, it has both the grass section and the dark gray section. So how I have the music to play managed there is I have specific hitboxes that can be triggered by the player, which will indicate what music to play, with the boxes surrounding the grass areas playing the grass music and the boxes in the underground area playing the underground music. Now that I've done the music, I can move on to the sound effects of the game. For all these sound effects, I basically used real-world objects for the sounds and did some editing to them and made sure that they sounded as I wanted. Collecting the vial and such will have a sound, and the sword swings each have their own sound effect. And all these sound effects were made using the real-world objects. And when the enemies hit, it makes its own sound. And the coins make their own sound, which I used my own coins to actually make for them, so that they sounded like coins. And pretty much everything now in the game has a sound effect for it. Additionally, in addition to all the gameplay elements, all the UI has its own sounds, including a specific sound for the sliders changing the amount, and nice sliding motions for all the UI when they change. So to make sure that the sounds are actually heard by the player, I have one main central sound script that other scripts will call to make a sound effect. And the script will always spawn the sound effect right on the camera so that it'll be the same volume every time. Additionally, since there's all these sound effects, in the settings tab I added 2 new sliders which will determine the volume of the music and the sound effects so that they work well. In addition to making all the new sound effects for the game, I also made it so that the images of the enemies in the journal actually are now different, as right now they're the regular pixel art sprites seen in the game, but I've decided to now change it to a more cartoon style and with significantly more pixels than everything else, but it looks more hand-drawn now, with this also extended to all the other entries, with all of them looking like the typical item or enemy and such, but it being a very roughly made to emphasize that it was like, it looks hand-drawn as it's the album, as you can't perfectly match everything. Okay, thank you. So that is it for today's video, making all the new sound effects and adding the new drawings. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next video.